Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Hey everyone, welcome back to iPad Focus. Today we're diving into a topic that's been on many of our minds. Can iPads run macOS? Apple's software chief Craig Federighi recently clarified the company's stance on this, and let me tell you, it's not what some of us were hoping for. So, with the latest update to iPadOS 26, we're seeing more Mac-like features being added to our tablets. Floating menu bars, flexible app windowing, and advanced keyboard shortcuts are just a few examples of how Apple is trying to make the iPad feel like a more powerful tool. But what does this mean for users who want to run macOS on their iPads? Craig Federighi says that Apple's goal isn't to merge platforms, but rather to retain all the simplicity of the iPad while still giving users space to push it at their own pace to doing more. This means that Apple wants to keep the iPad approachable for users of all ages and tech comfort levels, without overwhelming them with macOS's complexity. But what about power users? Will they be left out in the cold? Not according to Federighi, who notes that the two operating systems continue to borrow from each other. He even calls background task support probably the single best feature ever for iPad power users. So why won't Apple just let iPads run macOS? Well, it's not because they think their tablets are inferior, but rather because they want to keep the iPad feeling distinct from its Mac counterparts. Federighi emphasizes that the iPad isn't a lightweight Mac, it's a unique product with its own design goals. Now, some of you might be thinking, but what about running Mac OS X on an iPad? Well, according to Federighi, users should have a choice when it comes to their operating system. However, he also makes it clear that Apple won't be repeating the mistakes of Microsoft's tablet PCs back in the day. Speaking of which, do you remember Windows 8 and its pseudo-touch interface? Yeah, that was a mess. And now we're seeing why some companies, like Microsoft, struggle to make tablets work. They try to force a desktop experience onto a mobile device, and it just doesn't end well. So what does this mean for us iPad users? Well, Apple seems determined to keep the iPad separate from its Mac lineup. If you want a damn fine portable Mac, Federighi suggests buying both a MacBook Air and an iPad Pro, because that's exactly what they're designed to do. In all seriousness, though, this is a topic that's sure to keep sparking debate among Apple fans. Some of us will love the added features and power of iOS, while others will miss the familiarity of macOS. But one thing's for sure, with iPadOS 26 and Apple's commitment to keeping its platforms separate, we're in for an interesting ride. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of iPad Focus.